What's going on, everybody? This is Leno. Last night I was asleep and woke up at the end of the second quarter of the Lakers Denver game three game. Um, I'm horribly disappointed with me being a
This
Lakers
is the
fan.
2-7 matchup in the
Turn
Western
this volume down a
Conference.
little bit.
Game 2 was an
I'm gonna
absolute
call a
classic.
spade a freaking spade, guys. Um, Denver is just a better team. They've been a better team this entire quarter. In the first half, Lakers' defensive rotations were getting them stops, which led to these fast breaks. D'Angelo Russell didn't even score at all the entire game, but he still was useful beyond him not scoring. But these stops just really made sense. But Denver just made adjustments. They stayed calm. They stuck to what they needed to stick to. This man, Michael Porter Jr., was knocking down shot after shot. They closed out on Murray, and then Denver just plugged in another player that could do the same thing. They just have multiple players that can just fill the slot. Denver is just better. They are just better. This is absolutely just ridiculous. Um, so within this breakdown of this roster, matter of fact, let's just go in even more. 14 offensive rebounds. Denver is bigger. Other than Murray, well, honestly, okay, so I believe Murray's like 6'4", Caldwell Pope's like 6'6", 6'7", Aaron Gordon 6'9", 6'7", Michael Porter's about 6'10", Joker's about 6'11". Um, height wise, they just didn't have a. I mean, it was just tough. Aaron Gordon's the most athletic person on the court. If you don't believe me, check him out in the dunk contest he had some years back. But look at these rotations, look, offensive and defense. Other than these defensive stops the Lakers were getting in the half court set, the Denver, even those times that Lakers had scored, these are all contested shots. Look, these are all contested shots. Never played great defense throughout the whole game, and maybe the Lakers just got worn out in the process. But they just eventually they just kept chipping away at them. They just kept chipping away at the Los Angeles Lakers. Right here. That's really a charge. That's more of a home situation. That's a charge. He was set. That's a charge. The referee's going to let them play. A lot of these things just shouldn't happen. Um, LeBron James needs to retire. It's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings when I say this. LeBron James isn't playing terrible. LeBron James can't do what LeBron James normally does anymore. He can't be the immediate go-to guy within those four quarters. He's already picking and choosing his possessions. Of course, LeBron James's effort in this series is he's got high intensities playing both ends of the floor. It just wasn't good enough. There's no one else that's going to be able to provide as much offense and play as much defense. And when a 40-year-old man, I call him 40, when a 40-year-old man is the best player on your team, it is not a good formula to equal success. It just isn't. He can't carry that same load as he used to. Um, regarding LeBron James, Anthony Davis, I don't understand how Anthony Davis, yeah, yeah, right on, Derpy. And then I don't understand consecutively in this series how Anthony Davis can't get the ball in the second half. I don't understand why there isn't a play that does it. Is he telling them that he's tired? I just don't understand it. It just boggles my mind. I don't know who to point the finger at in this situation because immediately I'm like, okay, this is Darvin Ham. You're not making these adjustments within the game because the Denver Nuggets they're studying the court possession, quarter for quarter, and they're like, okay, we see an opening here. Let us swap out this person for that person. Let's switch these matchups and give LeBron and AD different looks periodically through the game. Lakers, I don't really see as many adjustments throughout this game. And then also, the only reason why I halfway don't put all of it on Darvin Ham is simply because LeBron James is known of being the savant on the court and that he picks apart these zones and rotations and matchups to find people. But that effort itself is just it's hard. Much like I had said, I think in my video I did on game one and game two, um, Denver was playing like a boxing 1-3-2 rotation, and I think game one the Lakers had about a 10-point lead in that game, and it slowly diminished. And the confusion part in game one was is they had Anthony Davis in the right corner, and they had Hachimura at the top of the key with LeBron setting a screen or just being up there to force a rotation. Anthony Davis isn't gonna kill anybody on the perimeter at the 3-point line in the corner. So I thought the best adjustment is to put AD in that position, and that's what we saw in game two in the first half, and pretty much from quarters one through three Anthony Davis had 35 points. So then Denver made the adjustment and switched Joker off of Anthony Davis to not be a part of that rotation. And then once that change made, Anthony Davis just stopped getting the ball in the second half. Period. As if he still wouldn't have an advantage, whoever they put in there. I don't know if they're just trying to preserve his energy. If he's telling them that he's tired out, I don't get it. Um, a lot of, I mean, there's so many confusing things periodically through the season that I just don't understand. I think his name is Jackson Hayes. That's at center. I don't understand. I mean, I understand. Well, okay, I'll say this. I could, I was going to believe that that, it'd be a decent excuse that Jackson Hayes isn't experienced enough to be put on the court at center. But you have over 82 games to prep for this situation. And to be honest with you, I probably could almost name on my hand how many times I saw Jackson Hayes get decent minutes to even get any experience. But let's also go into the fact that Hachimura has been injured majority of this season for the Los Angeles Lakers. Vanderbilt is out. Vincent has only played about 14 games this season, coming up being in and out of injury. But at the end of the day, this Denver team is just a better team. And Mike Malone doesn't get enough credit about how good of a coach he is and how he's been able to construct his roster. And I did some research, and the huge irony is Mike Malone was an assistant coach to the Cavaliers, then was a head coach for the Sacramento Kings. Mike Malone was coaching Demarcus, I believe it was Demarcus Cousins in Sacramento, and they let him go. And when they let Mike Malone go, he was on the Denver Nuggets. And right at that moment that he became the coach of the Denver Nuggets, it turned into the Nikolai Jokic show for the Denver Nuggets. Oh, period. Hey, Derpy. Period. Yeah, it does get crazy because Jokic is the best player in the NBA, and I mean I watch ESPN and I watch all these other shows, and they don't even give Jokic any praise. I don't know if it's because he doesn't showboat that much, or if he doesn't involve I guess like give the media too much stuff, or maybe it's because the NBA wants an American face. Maybe that's the reason why they don't talk about Jokic. But yeah, most definitely, Derpy. Joker is the best player, and I mean these surrounding players. Yeah, um, you know, what the Western Conference better hope for. is that they can't keep this team together because these players got to get paid. That's a fact. That's what they got to hope for. I feel the same way about the Oklahoma City. I don't know. I mean, everybody's on there young. I don't know if they'll be able to keep that team together when it comes to those salary caps, or people will feel comfortable staying together. But you know, when I think some months back I did a rant on LeBron James on why he should retire, and I just think that if you can't get LeBron James at full LeBron James in moments like these, we're honestly we're just counting down. We're just counting down to that moment to that moment to where when it's all over. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I honestly think that Anthony Davis is not a good fit for LeBron James. They're making it work, but I believe that this man right here, I would trade him for Anthony Davis right now. And I try and get Jordan Clarkson out of the deal as well. And that's this man, Laurie Markkinen. He's faster than AD, shoots better than AD. He's almost as athletic as AD. He's younger than AD. He's healthier than AD. Imagine that, y'all. Just imagine instead of Anthony Davis, you had Laurie Markkinen. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. I'm aware he'll probably retire then. I don't think LeBron sucks or anything like that. I don't really go on those kind of rants like that about LeBron James. Even though LeBron's not my favorite player, I'm a Kobe fan. But me being a Laker fan, I still pay my respects to LeBron James as an individual. But I think this player right here, Laurie Markkinen, is a game changer to a lot of teams, and I don't think that Utah is necessarily trying to win. I think they want draft. I think they want draft picks, and Markkinen is going to be the jersey that they sell. I can see the Miami Heat having a player like Laurie Markkinen. But this, I mean, yeah, I'd make this trade for Anthony Davis right now, and I'd probably give, yeah, I'd try and grab Jordan Clarkson along with this group. Um, I honestly, and even if I couldn't get Jordan Clarkson, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Scola. I thought I saw a couple possessions ago that were playing for them as well. Yeah, I know you meant marketing. I know you meant marketing, and your autocorrect said marksman. But yeah, Derpy. Look, I mean, these are the things that we probably want from Anthony Davis that we can't get from. I mean, yeah, we can't get this from Anthony Davis. And you're going to take a shot at a little bit of rim protection, but Markkinen is athletic enough to handle it. He's young enough to handle the load of carrying a team through possessions. Not to mention Laurie Markkinen is face up, can score off of the dribble as well. So, oh, his nickname is the Marksman. Well, silly me. Silly me, man. Yeah, man. But I I'd also like to mention that Joker is just a complete cheat code to any team that plays a zone defense. You got to be on your mark with your defensive rotations at all times because whatever zone you're in, Joker's going to get the ball. He doesn't have to worry about it getting stolen. He can make that pass. Joker can make that pass to anybody. Those backdoor screens, those oops that you see, you sag off of him. He can knock down the shot on the perimeter. Um, my answer would be in that Denver in the Lakers Denver series is I'd let Joker kill me on the perimeter. When that high screen comes and Murray's going through that screen, even my big man is cut. My guard goal is to cut off the. I would cut off penetration from Murray. I would have my big man that's a part of the screen that Nick Jokic sets. He'd also be helping out on Murray. And Joker's just going to have to shoot on the perimeter at the top of the key for the whole game. And I don't think he can do it. I trust that more than anything. I'd let Joker beat me on the perimeter and I'd rather have him out of the paint. Whoever you have on Aaron Gordon, he's got to be athletic. As of athletic, it's like Lakers might have to put themselves in a situation to where they might have to sacrifice a little bit of the offense just to have a big enough lineup to handle this roster. So maybe I mean those are the moments where you're supposed to test those rotations out within the season just to see if it works. Like I'm talking about like an ultimate big lineup. So you're gonna have D'Angelo getting some minutes at point. You're gonna have Reeves at point, and then going down after that point guard position. I'm going big just to see what it does defensively. Um, I'm going I'm damn near going Huchamora at the two. I'm going LeBron at the two, Huchamora at the three, Davis at either 4 or 5, or we're bringing Torian Prince Jr. in as well, and then Davis at the 5. I'm going all the way tall, and then that first sub for LeBron might be bringing in D'Angelo at the 2. LeBron's out of the game, and then Huchamora's in with Anthony Davis. When it's time for Anthony Davis to get out to come out of the game, whew, I'm bringing in LeBron probably for about like 2 or 3 minutes. I might throw in. To be honest with you, I might throw in Jackson Hayes. I mean, I might throw in Hayes when it's time for AD to come out, and I'm letting AD sit for about like 3 to 4, maybe 5 minutes, rehydrate a little bit, not too much, and then I'm bringing Anthony Davis right back in and playing him high minutes. I'm going tall. I don't think there's much to sacrifice from there, guys. They're down 3-0 right now. I think they're going to need some height. There's not too much to complain about offense. I mean, they can't really count on they can't really count on too much offense from who they have. So that's just quite honest. It's like what are you going to sacrifice with the roster that you have in that particular situation? It's it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. They're outmatched. They're outgunned. Um,
Just wondered what you've noticed at halftime
uh,
during the three
so
quarters and
Derpy,
what's
I mean,
happened in the second half, and
what
what
is there any
you're
is
about to
there
get ready
any
for.
suggestions that you got? Like, is there anything that you see periodically through the game that stood out to you? Any adjustments the Lakers could make against this roster, or anybody that's watching right now? I I I just I'm thinking of doing like a bigger rotation. Um, I want to see how healthy Vincent is. Hell, I want to know how much does this
Obviously,
Laker team
Anthony's
practice
starting with AD. Just
through
going
this
into the
year.
game on Saturday, where do you flip your mindset and you say if we do this, and that's maybe we get a different result than we had the last 11 times?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
And
like I said, we got
what's
we got
going
some
on in
good
the second
offensive
half of these
players.
games? What
That
is going on in the second
just
half
come in
for
here
Anthony
and
Davis
handle
in
it.
these games against Denver?
Just got to score. 20 in the second, 22 in the third. Um, a team like that who's going to score, we got to be able to score as well. So um, I think that's really it. I mean, getting
You
back
got to
into
put your
rhythm.
best offensive options out there. You wasn't able to score.
That's
Most of
that's
y'all
really it.
buckets were off of defense. So Shoot. Do you sacrifice LeBron James on Anthony Davis? Or do you try Jackson Hayes on freaking Joker and then you put Anthony
But
Davis
tonight, we shot 5 for 27 from
anywhere?
the four line,
Or
and
you have Anthony Davis play the high screen
at times,
and
sometimes
you have Jackson
you know,
Hayes
contested
in
shots,
there
but
as
pretty
well.
much we generated some really good shots
Have
in the fourth
Jackson
quarter.
but you know what?
The regular
They
season
don't
offense
trust
is much
Jackson
better
Hayes
against
to
you know
make
situations like
plays
this.
if they're on their on the Lakers
Because in the regular
offensive
season,
end.
obviously, you
When
build
that
those habits
screen
in the
gets
regular
set and
season.
handing it over to him, they don't
But
trust him to make that pass, so they're not even going to put him in that situation.
be able to make the adjustment. But you know, we've had some really good looks through 3 games. We've made some, but tonight was not one of those nights.
Yeah.
Are you good?
No, I think I'm late on my car insurance. Good thing the general gives you a break when you need it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, with flexible payment
I got
options, keep you covered. Just tag us in.
For a great low rate, go with the general.
Guys, has there been any
just an
part of
outcoached team right now,
yourself
guys.
with the team psychology like that this isn't just 3-0, that it's bigger because of what they've been able to do against you guys now for I think 11 straight games.
No. Our focus and our mental right now is trying to get one, try to get a game, and then go from there.
Go ahead and sweep
Game
out.
Saturday, game
Go
Sunday.
do a movie or something, LeBron, AD, get you some endorsements.
Talk. You know,
Season's over with. Um,
we can't
I can't wait to see the
slow down
Mavericks
that lead.
play. I think the Mavericks series is probably the most entertaining series this
We got to
season.
get better
I mean,
from
this
tonight.
playoff run,
Stay the same.
with the second being
Saturday.
the Phoenix and Minnesota. I think Minnesota's a perfect matchup for Denver. The only thing I think Minnesota lacks is depth,
Discussions have
but I could be completely wrong considering game
transition
two
around
of
the
the
scoring,
against
pacing,
game
and
two
focusing on game four.
the Minnesota had against Phoenix. I saw their bench step up and knock down some key shots, so I might be underestimating their bench, but I just don't think that they have it like that. I mean, I think that Minnesota challenges them
Trying to keep me
best
there for
with
that question right
Gobert
now.
and Cat. You might need two bigs.
I
Um,
like to sit back and
I
say that
know Dwight
at
Howard
times
is
you can be frustrated
of
by
distraction
most
to
teams
some
or some
people in
great
the
teams because
NBA, whatever he had
this
going
team
on
plays
off
really
the
well
court
collectively.
shenanigans,
They're
but
well coached.
he was perfect
They do have a
for
purpose offensively.
guarding Jokic. He helped him out in the
Great effort
championship.
they put out on the floor,
I don't understand
especially
that
so
disconnect or finding
so
anybody
close to
esque
winning 5 straight
to
games in the
him.
last few years.
Um,
They got shot makers. They have
I
great leaders. They have
I don't know. Maybe
guys
there's
that
some sort of a disconnect up there in the
succeed in
office
the
as to
playoffs.
find a player.
It's always
I would have spent the
shows up
offseason
big, but
trying to
it's
build a
definitely
team that was as
better teams
was
than we played.
that could match up better with the Denver
Tonight may
Nuggets.
not be maybe too hard. I've played against a lot of great teams. This is a great team that I've played against a lot.
But I mean, that doesn't mean that you're just not going to get an equal team to this, guys. What we saw, even if you look at the box scores of the Denver Nuggets last night,
Have you noticed anything
this isn't like just a
besides the Toronto
randomization.
matchup against their
These
biggest rival?
four those four individuals
Anything
literally can drop
different
25
getting those
and
rebounds?
have dropped it before.
Sometimes
Michael
it's
Porter Jr.
the
can
guards
easily drop 25. He could drop 30. He
getting
could shoot
guys
well. He could score under the basket.
on
He
the 20
plays
minute
good
pace.
defense.
Just
We've seen
situations
Jamal
where
Murray become the midi god,
it's time to
being a
get it going.
distributor. He stays consistent, plays
I
defense.
think
We've seen Aaron Gordon carry Orlando before. He's carried a franchise
everyone to get it. So I think
himself
that's what
before and bear that on his shoulders.
right
We've
now is
seen
going
what
to
he
come.
can
When
do.
you have somebody
They've got an
who actually knows how
MVP
to
in
navigate
Nikolai Jokic.
our heads and things like
So
that. But for the most
you
part,
guys are outcoached and
we're
outmatched.
going to be
Caldwell Pope
shots
doesn't have as much responsibility. The Lakers really let him
whenever
go.
they're going to
That's the one that slipped away. But to be honest with you, on the consensus since LeBron has been to the Lakers, it seems like everybody feels happier, more comfortable when they don't play with LeBron James. Maybe the expectations are too high. Maybe the offense that LeBron James likes to run is too stagnant because he comes down
You take
and
it one at a
he
time. At this point,
tries to pick apart the zone while everybody's sitting still. I don't know if it's because LeBron's brain doesn't
close game
move as
5, and
fast.
then we go from there.
I, to be
It's
my
going to be a
honest
slow grind,
opinion,
and
I
Jokic
don't
really
think that
just
they practice enough and
gets away
create
with
those
his play.
scenarios in practice that much. I don't
That's
think
what it's always about.
I've
game.
I've
That's what
al-
Bron
I've,
said, and
I've
he
already
was right
been
next to me for
I've
most
been
of it.
told. I mean, it's been public information
LeBron,
that
you said the defense that you guys are going to
LeBron's
play.
practice
That's
sessions don't really exist that much or that long.
in
So
that kind of
LeBron, I
crossfire
could
where you
actually
see guys
imagine
press.
that LeBron comes in
Could that be part of the reason
and
why
he
that
picks
Chiefs
up he
team
picks you know
has two
he comes
guys
into
that
the
are
game and
so
just tries to
dominant
picks
per se?
apart the zones
Like
that people put on him
sort
to
of
create those
the stress
matchups
and the pressure they
on
put
the
when they
court.
demand the greatness they demand.
But you
Do you
got to get
think that's
everybody else's
indicative of
chemistry
you guys'
down.
ability to move the ball?
These shots need to be knocked down.
I don't know. I mean, it's the postseason. We're professionals.
So I like that watch,
That's
by
what
the
it's
way.
like.
That's a
It's
pretty
like
nice watch.
pressure and feel the
LeBron's
pressure. That's
got.
what it's about. Like
We can
this
at
is
least
what
say
it's
they look
about.
fresh, right?
So I don't know how to answer that question.
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
guys.
I don't know if it's you have to ask
That's all I got for this.
players.
Be sure to like and subscribe to the
See
channel.
how
I'm
they
gonna probably
feel.
be doing some
See
more
how it
updates
feels
periodically through the
to
playoffs.
be like, this is what I think
But
how it feels. It's not my
yeah, this is a
I
disappointing
I
season.
don't know.
I thought this would be the year
But this is the postseason.
for the Lakers to push
Lakers
that to
we've
go
been
to
in this
cross
6
that
years.
hump. Hopefully they can
And it's
come
all
in
about
fully
team.
healthy. I don't know what the GM's going to do to
Play
improve this
better
roster
games.
from here.
We know what it takes
But
to
yeah,
win.
be sure to like and
We know what
subscribe
it
to the
takes to win a
channel. I'll be
championship.
available. I'll probably be putting some more updates as well regarding the NBA. I also
For
cover
me,
hip hop,
that's not like
especially
something that's
these
so tough to obtain.
the
I'm
Drake
in a
beef with the
bubble full
entire hip hop
time
industry as
to have
well.
almost perfect basketball to win.
But yeah, guys, I'm out, man. I
I'm
appreciate you
not
guys
this.
watching me this morning. Yeah, have a good one.
I'm